Alright, today we're talking about equation solving using the distributive property. As this equation, this first equation looks as it is, it's not the most fun equation to try to solve. But if we use the distributive property, we can make this equation much more easy to equation solve. So let's try that. First thing you need to do is realize this -3 here is multiplying this whole quantity x plus 2. You don't see a multiplication symbol, but it's what we say in mathematics to be understood to be there. If you wanted to put a little dot in there so it reminds you that this is multiplication, then you should do that. Next, we're going to take this -3 and distribute it into the quantity. I'm sure you've seen these little rainbows here, reminding you to take the -3 to the x and the -3 to the 2. The key one thing I want to point out is the negative comes along. This number is -3, not +3. So this quantity must get multiplied by -3. Once you do that, I'm going to rewrite the 6 here since we haven't done anything with that. I'm going to have now -3 times x, which will be -3x, and -3 times 2 will be -6. This equation is much easier to solve. We can just combine like terms by adding 6. That gets rid of this on this side. So all I have is -3x. But what I do to one side, I must do to the other. So I have to add 6 to the other side to get 12. Now I want to isolate my variable. I want to get rid of this -3. How do I do that? Do the opposite operation. Since it's -3 times x, I want to divide by -3, because -3 over -3 is 1x. Now I have 1x, and that's what I was trying to get. But again, since I divided by -3 on the right side, I have to do that same thing to the left side to maintain that equal symbol. When I do that, I get -4. So I have 1x is equal to -4, which is going to be my answer, but I need to check that. I check it by putting it back into my original equation. I'm going to rewrite this original equation. But now I know what x is. It's no longer an unknown variable. It's now the number -4. So I'm going to replace x with -4, and I can do my order of operations to see if the left side is equal to the right side. Hopefully this mess here is equal to 6, and we can do the order of operations to find out. Order of operations say we're going to do the parentheses first. So I'm going to have -3 come down, and -4 plus 2 is -2. And now I can multiply -3 times -2 and get +6. So yep, that checks out, that works. What I want you to do is go through the rest of the problems on the front and back of this paper and check your answers on the answer key provided. Thanks.